Welcome to the Buck and Mike experience.
Experience sports like you never have before.
Where the buck stops
And the mic drops.
Bam.
Bam.
It's so fun that we're good at that now.
Right?
I don't have to
I
think about
almost threw in pop culture.
Oh, I mean,
Experience sports and pop culture.
yeah, we say sports, and now we've talked about enough things that people, I mean, the people that listened have heard that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
We'll stray into it, and now I'm even starting to share it. Now that we're getting fully off the strike world, it looks like, and kind of getting back into movies or starting to get into the production stage, we're starting to get all the fun nuggets again. Like,
There's
all the stuff that was just rumors is now becoming reports.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm more excited about the Super Bowl or the preview Super Bowl commercial for Deadpool.
Look, I'm going to be honest. Deadpool.
I mean, especially
I'm
because
excited for the game because it's going to be better than last year's game. But
last year's was a pretty good game, though. It was all right. It was a good football game.
It was a game. But commercials, because I remember the commercials just wasn't that good last year.
That was one thing, but I know that.
But this year,
one thing commercial wise,
really good.
one thing commercial wise that we didn't get last year that's coming back is we get the Budweiser commercials back. And no Budweiser commercial last year was a huge letdown.
Oh,
I understand why, but like Budweiser always hits it.
Yeah.
And I've already heard some whispers on like readings around that we might have a Clydesdale. And Clydesdales lead to crying. I cried. More Clydesdales. Like what was the one where they were riding through the city and the horses, the guy that trained the horses comes and the horses wrecked.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's so good. Like, yeah, I cried up on a good Clydesdale commercial. And then you can't ever forget, like, there's a whole movement of why we all used to say, "What's up?" was because all because of bad beer commercials, like when the frogs would say it.
Was that?
That was Budweiser.
No.
I swear that was Budweiser.
The original one?
Yeah.
Whenever they were on the couch and
Let's see, was it?
I'm not 100% sure.
Was commercials 1999. God, that was that long
Was it
ago.
that long ago?
Oh, yeah, he's holding a Budweiser. There it
Okay.
is.
All right. Never mind. All right. Okay.
God, that
Okay.
was pre-millennium.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Damn, I'm old. I didn't realize it was that long ago.
I didn't even remember it was a beer commercial.
Yeah, it was 3 years old, 3 years long, and the Was Up was the first spot aired during a Monday night football game. I just went to a Super Bowl, but I guess it
And
wasn't
not
even
only
football.
that, it was a term for an entire generation.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I mean, we
I
still say it.
Swear for a solid 3 to 5 years as those were going on, we were just like, "What's that?" Hell,
I'm bringing
was
it
it
back,
the
man.
Remember, was it Scream? The scary movies
Yes.
that aren't scary. What's that? the Wayans brothers were talking to the bad guy. Oh, that's yes.
But speaking of Deadpool, I love the fact that the Wolverine is going to actually don the yellow and blue. And I'm going to bet that we don't see it in the commercial. They're going to hide that because it's going to be something that everyone wants to see so bad.
Absolutely.
So they're not going to show that.
Oh, and
They're going to show something really stupid, but it's still going to be great.
Oh, it's gonna be 60 seconds of Ryan Reynolds probably. If he doesn't do a third wall break like to do the commercial,
Yeah.
it would be a letdown. Like if he looks at us and is just like, you know, y'all have all been waiting for this, and then does nothing, like just ends the commercial. That would be the greatest clip they could do. We'd all just be like, "Fuck yeah, we were waiting for that."
So there's going to be a full trailer. I'm assuming after the Super Bowl is over.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the same day, but you're going to have that little snippet, whatever it's going to be, and then the actual trailer will be maybe at some point during, or I doubt during because it's too expensive.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it would
they wouldn't do
100% be afterwards, or they'll just release it.
I think I saw
and
that
you
it
can
was
see
good.
it.
They would basically, their plan is to show the teaser, Super
And then just
Bowl, and then like
release-
the next day they're gonna.
Oh no,
drop
it's
it.
supposed to be on the same day.
Oh, it's gonna drop the same day.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it
So
was the same day.
my thinking is they're more than likely going to do it where you've got that, and then they're just going to put it out. Like
Yeah.
they're going to put it on social media for you to see.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And that way, you got to see a little snippet, and then like 10 minutes later, they drop the trailer.
You'd have to think though, if you're the NFL, you almost have to tell them like, we know how much viewership this promo is gonna get. We need you to wait till after the game. I mean, it's
Yeah,
gonna take millions
yeah.
of viewers off the screen for a solid 2.5, 3 minutes. That's
Yeah.
a good run time.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's going to be a teaser trailer, so it's still
So,
probably going
still-
to be a minute. at
okay,
most.
but still, that's 1 minute that we're not watching the Super Bowl.
That is true. That is true.
And they don't want you to turn away from commercials because of what those people are paying.
Okay,
to
so it's going to
profit.
be. They're going to drop it after.
I would assume after. I mean, I'd be pissed at them if I was the NFL and you dropped it during my event. Just
I
because.
mean, that is true.
Because
That
this is
true.
kind of
That
what
makes sense.
we've had so much lull going on in the movie world that like this is really gonna be the first like hype. Like
So another hype that I just found out about an hour before I got over here was that Disney is announcing that they are, or not only are they doing it, but it's coming out November 27th, and that is Moana 2.
I don't
It's-
know. I can't say that I saw all of Moana.
Really? Oh, Moana's great.
I know a couple of the songs and like I probably should watch it because I like the rock. Yes, like
You're welcome.
they've all sung that one. Like, but and I've heard some funny stories of like the Rock talking about telling his daughter like, no, that's me, and she's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. But no, I haven't. I don't know that I've seen it. I have to sit down and watch it. They are doing a sequel to it though.
Do what?
They're doing a sequel to
Uh-huh,
that too.
yeah.
Because I knew they were doing a third Frozen, and they've already announced a fourth Frozen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like they've already said that their plan to roll a fourth Frozen comes off of the third Frozen.
That's a lot.
Well, I mean,
Like, just ended at 3. Like, do trilogies.
you should have just ended it at 1.
I mean, you should have just ended it at 1.
I don't know. I mean, it was a
When
great
you got
movie,
something
but
so
it wasn't.
popular. Like,
They're gonna make.
it is one of
they're
those
gonna-
things
yeah.
where you have to.
They're milking the nut.
To be honest, it's normal that they do this. It's just back in the day, those movies were straight to tape.
True.
At the time, VHS. They were straight to VHS. They didn't actually go into theaters.
Yeah.
It was like the number 1 went into theaters, and then movies 2, 3, and 4 and stuff just
excluding
went
like
straight
your
to VHS.
like Toy Stories, like
Yeah.
big ones.
Yeah, so I think Toy Story might have been where it actually Lion King might have been where it started. Lion King 2.
Yeah, because in the 2.5 they didn't do in the
No.
theaters. That one.
And then
that
so
was
from
good.
there it was like Toy Story, and then Toy Story 2, and on
Sometime.
and on. And so yeah, and then not only that, but Beetlejuice is coming out September 6th.
Okay.
Beetlejuice 2.
Is it a sequel?
Oh yeah.
I don't even.
It's got
remember the
everyone in
first
it
one.
too.
Does it really? I don't even
Or
remember
not
the
everyone,
first
but I
one.
know
It's
Michael
been-
Keaton is in it.
It's been so long. I don't even remember the first one. I just watched Michael Keaton in The Flash.
You want to know what's funny? On
weeks
my
ago.
drive over here, because I was listening to some older music, and the Banana song came on, and like you know what the Banana song is, right? It's one of the songs in Beetlejuice.
Okay, no, I was thinking of the
It's-
one where
it's
These
where she's-
Bananas- Is that it? BAN.
No.
Okay, that's the first one I think
It's
of.
Banana is. Daylight come and
Oh, yeah,
go,
okay, I know that
go.
one.
That's the Banana Boat song.
Oh,
Yeah. So, day, me say day, oh. That song?
Yeah,
When she's
yeah, I know
coming
the
down
song
the
now.
stairs.
oh, so that's in the movie? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
It's in that's in the Beetlejuice.
When did Beetlejuice come out? Let's see.
Like 90s.
Let's say if the Was Up
It was
commercial
90s.
was 99. It was probably before that.
Oh, no,
I've
it was
definitely-
before that. It was,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, I'm gonna take a stab at 1994.
Let's find
Maybe
out
95.
now. Beetlejuice, and isn't it like Bloody Mary? You know what I'm saying? It just came out in 1988.
Beetlejuice. 88? Oh, man. Even,
I was literally,
three.
I was -3. -2. I wasn't even born yet. I'd say I wasn't even thought of, but I wasn't thought of when I was born. So, oh no, but no, that'll be exciting. It is fun, kind of seeing it. Did you watch I haven't finished it yet. I still have 2 episodes left. So if you've seen it, don't tell me how it ends. But did you watch the one Echo?
I haven't even watched that.
I gotta be honest, pretty solid.
Is it?
I like it. It's weird though because every episode gets shorter. You know, most of the time you watch series, but they took the first episode to kind of show you her story aside
Kind
from
of origin.
what got you to how she was at that point.
Yeah.
And then they continue
What was
building
it?
on.
Hawkeye.
Yes, because you see in Hawkeye, you kind of see briefly why she's so pissed off, but you don't see how her dad got there. Like this
Okay.
shows what happened to her mom, her family origins, because she's Native American, and what we've learned to this point is that she is from a Native American bloodline that is from some form of ancestral, like they show you it in the early stages.
Okay.
And like she
I'm gonna be honest, I
related.
just thought she was Hispanic. I didn't realize
Yeah.
she was actually just
Yeah,
Native
no,
American.
apparently I didn't either. I thought she was Hispanic too.
Yeah.
And so it was cool because you start seeing this kind of this Native American, but these Native American ties are also because the Native American ties were like a cover for like almost like an alien civilization.
Right, okay.
And that
okay.
explains, it's like their clue into look at what the Mayans did kind of thing.
Right.
And so it's been pretty cool though. Like I said, we've still got 2 episodes left, but we haven't finished it just yet. They're not long. We sat down with the plan to watch 1 episode and it was like 45 minutes. And we watched the next one, it was 40, or it was 50, 48, 44, 40. And
That's
like 40
crazy.
out, we're like, well shit, the last 2 episodes are only 38 minutes. Like why don't we just finish it? Like
Yeah,
but
I've been wanting to watch it. It's just
that one's looking pretty good.
I've kind of been stuck on Grey's Anatomy, but I finally reached my point where I'm done with it.
Oh yeah. We're still watching, like the wife and I together have been watching like 2.5 Men,
Oh yeah.
and it's funny. It's one of those ones that if I'm like it will makes me laugh a little more in it because then I can really key in on some of the jokes. Like if I'm just sitting there bored, I'm kind of like, yeah, there's moments, but like there's times where I'm like, yeah, let's watch something else. Like it's not bad. We're still at the Charlie Sheen seasons, so we still have like 3 more seasons before the switch comes. And so I saw the day the episode it happened. I actually watched when Ashton Kutcher takes over, so I know how they transition him into the role.
Okay.
But she hasn't. So we've been watching that one, but no, we did that, and then I've really just been waiting for new stuff. Like I said, more Deadpool leaks have started coming out. That's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I tried to convince her.
Don't look at any Deadpool leaks at all. I've only seen like a couple little things, and it's just like some of the stuff that the variants, and then the Wolverine.
Not Deadpool. I said the wrong character. Wrong red suit. I meant
Spider-Man.
no, blind. The blind guy.
Oh, Deadpool. Daredevil.
Daredevil starts with a D. Wears a red suit. No. So some of those have started coming because their show is going to come out soon.
Yeah.
And
I've seen some little clips of that.
She's not like a dark like fight movie like that show, and I'm like, babe, but it's
grungy,
so good. Like I'm wanting her to watch it because outside of the Iron Fist was kind of
Speaking of, they are doing a new Iron Fist.
Well, good because they didn't
But
do
it's gonna be a
Netflix
female.
didn't do a great job with that one.
That's gonna be a female.
Interesting switch to a
Well,
character.
it's likely going to be the girl that was in it.
Okay.
It looks like they're because she's the daughter of the older guy in that.
Okay.
That's training.
Yeah.
So it's looking like they're going to use her to be the actual Iron Fist now.
Okay.
So
little change there.
yeah,
Since
it's going to be a little
kinda
change,
guy.
but I think there's something in the comics of her actually taking over the role or something.
Okay, then that makes it a little better.
So there is a reason for it, and then plus, just like that guy was terrible, and it's easier to just transition to someone that was already in it.
Yeah, that one wasn't
give
great.
it to them.
I love the chick that plays Jessica Jones, Jessica Ritter.
Mhm.
I love her. I don't know why. I've always liked her. She hasn't been confirmed to come back, but she's been openly talking about wanting to come back, so it's probably gonna. Yeah. And then I love Luke Cage too. The guy that plays him, I felt like that was just like it was almost as good
I
of a
want the
home
Purple
run.
Man back. That's all I'm saying. I want the Purple Man back.
That one,
Like,
he was really good too. Like the whole series, those whole shows,
Yeah.
like literally the Iron Fist stands aside. And then when you brought Iron Fist in with everyone else, it was like, I can deal with you because everyone else is so good. The whole show is good. Like,
yeah, it's like they can overshadow him, and you can deal with him being there because of the other ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Purple Man, I just love Purple Man so much. I think it's just that whenever he's tracking down Jessica Jones, it's always like, Jessica! And you're just like, you hear him do it, and you're like, oh, he wants her so bad.
Yes, those are rock solid. Now I want to go back and I've thought
Just
about
rewatch them.
It's been a long time. Like it's been 5 years almost since we really even saw the Daredevil shows, and now the only nugget we've seen of him is when he showed up in She-Hulk. And
Oh yeah, yep.
And in that one, they decided to go super the opposite direction and make him light and funny. And he's not light and funny. And when you watch the show, like he
Yeah.
is business all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, you had to use the persona of the show.
true, you did have to
And
bring
it
in
was-
the
it
kind of
was
the
kind of
comedic side.
goofy show, so they had.
I
to
didn't care for
show
his
a lot.
suit in that one though.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the gold. To go back to the which
That's-
they are. They're going back
It's
to the
old.
original.
Yeah,
black.
it's old.
Yeah.
It's old school stuff.
Yeah. So
All right, so now
back
that
then,
we're basically done with pop culture,
Yeah, now we've hit all
pop
the stuff we
culture
like.
brings us into one of the biggest games of the biggest game of the year.
the
and-
halftime show with Usher.
I
I mean, technically it's still pop
It's
culture.
Usher, man. It's Usher.
Hey, what? Honestly, I know we'll talk football, but if we were doing Super, technically this would be a good transition. If we talk halftime show and then go to the football game, we've transitioned well.
Yeah.
What
It's pretty-
Usher songs do you just feel like you have to hear? Because I don't think you're gonna get him to go out there and sing Confessions. Like, probably not a good one to sing.
Oh my goodness. Dang it. Well, I mean, you have to do Like that's
Oh, absolutely.
That's
like
number
the
one.
the secret betting lines are as if Luda and Lil Wayne were to show up and do it with him. Because oh my god, I'd lose my
Because
shit.
Usher, John, and Luda had to do it again.
Yes, and then like he can't technically do Confessions maybe, but he could do Burn. Like,
See, Burn was the one I was thinking.
oh,
of.
that's a good one.
Dude, hey, hearing him do Burn, oh boy.
Oh, I don't know.
I know what it's about, but still,
Yes.
just the song itself, just listening to the song, it's just a powerful song.
And then he was like growing up, he was one of my favorites. Like I absolutely love him. He always gave such a my dad listened to a lot of R&B, and so he kind of brought an R&B feel into that newer age
Yep.
and was able to tie in that era's rap style of music. And so when he came onto the scene and people forget how great of a performer he was. That dude could dance with the best of them. And so when they announced him for the show, I was just like, me personally, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I was ecstatic.
It's going, like, basically, was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Last year was with 50 Cent and Snoop. Or was that the year before?
that was Los
that was the year before.
Angeles.
Yeah,
Yes,
because last year was
Last
Rihanna.
year was Rihanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a feeling that it's going to kind of do the same thing again that they did that year with bringing all those back. Because there wasn't all those reported. It was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all these guys started showing up. You're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, and
I
then
think
they
it's going to
brought-
be this
they
same
brought
way with
him out
Usher.
at that one. I hope so, because
Because
Usher
you
has
can't.
the connection.
Like, you can't have Usher because of because I mean he's got some other amazing songs, but
Oh, yeah.
is
His-
like it's an anthem.
His title
So,
is insanely long.
Like you have to, if you don't bring Luda and Lil Jon out for that song, and that's your last song, like you can't start with that one. You have to end with that one, or
I
maybe
forgot about you.
in the
love that one. Look at another song that he could do. I'm now looking at who could show up with him based off what songs he's done.
But yeah, no, there's to me maybe it's going to be the last song because
It would be a
I
great way to
don't-
hype everyone up for the second half. Like if you,
yeah.
because he does have some very good
I
slow
don't know. Maybe
stuff.
you do open up with it because you bring them out. You bring
Yeah,
you bring
and then
those
you
two out.
just highlight with him at the ending. I don't know. It like I said,
Or
he's
what was
got
what was it was
like
the,
he's got a song with Will I Am they could do. T.I. and him have one. Young Jeezy and him have one. Like he's got some highlighted songs with a lot of bigger name people. Like here's obviously with Lil Jon and Luda. Like, and then there was even whispers of how could he find a way to link in Taylor Swift because she'll be in the stands. There's a betting line that could they bring Taylor Swift in to sing with him.
I doubt it.
I don't see any way, shape, or form that it
She's
would
going to be
happen
performing
the day before.
and then flying all the way to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't think it was
She ain't
possible. And then I saw
performing
the timeline of it, and it actually lands where because of how the time changes go.
The Chinese government came out and told everybody that it was possible and they were
Yeah.
going to help her do it.
Yeah, it was like
Right.
a 6. Yeah, if you don't realize how powerful this woman is, good lord, she is like literally her following is the only thing in any kind of sports likeness I can give it to is how insane Spain went when Jordan showed up for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, how there were people everywhere. Oh, we just want a piece of Michael.
Yeah.
it's really like that with her. Like, fans just go fucking nuts. And then the people, and I gotta be honest, yes, they say her name during the game, and the football purists whine about it, but you want to be honest? If your biggest complaint is that in 3 minutes of a 3-hour thing, they give 5 seconds for your daughter to get excited about a football game, come on, bro, you got life problems. Like, fuck it, my kid's watching football because of that.
I don't really care.
I love actually watching her reaction. Like, she gets silly excited, and you're like, how my wife would act, I hope.
She's a fan.
Yes. And
she's watching her man.
And
who cares? If they show her, all right, like, yeah, they show her a lot, but who cares?
Yes, and the other part that's fun about how her reactions are is that it's so genuine. Like, you can genuinely see as she's been watching, you can see that she's seemingly learning to know more about football almost. Because early on, you just saw her get excited anytime Travis touched the ball. They would pan to her and she'd just be like, I don't know what's going on out here. And then now, anytime the Chiefs do something good, she's like, oh, I figured this shit out. Okay, like, let's go. So, I don't know. It'll be fun. I don't think she'll show up, but I'm super excited for Usher. I'm a huge Usher guy, so that's just me. Now I'm ready. That and I'm making a brisket so I can eat brisket while I watch it. So, that said, to the football game part, I'm guessing, right? Who you got? I'm going to go straight to it, right off the bat.
Okay, so to be honest, because I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm going for the Chiefs.
Oh, so you're picking who you want, not who you got.
Yeah.
You want the Chiefs.
Not because, like, I'm not big on the Chiefs, but if I had to pick one of them, I don't want to pick the team that's going to get another Super Bowl ahead of Dallas. You already have the Steelers who have 6. So
True.
You don't want another team to go above you. So because you're right there, so you're okay. But now you have another one, and you're still sitting. And they've had multiple opportunities since you've been sitting there with them.
Absolutely.
And so to me, even though I'm tired of seeing Mahomes, I'd rather see Mahomes win than see the 49ers win. Though for my dad, God rest his soul, I would like to see the 49ers win because he was a huge 49ers fan. I mean, he got to see a lot of their Super Bowls, but, you know, that's part of me that wants to see the 49ers win. But at the same time, like, I don't want to see them win as a Cowboys fan. I'd rather see the Chiefs win.
Yeah.
It's a weird situation. I would rather see the Chiefs win.
I think, looking at the rosters, watching them both play all season, I think we slept on how good the Chiefs roster was. Like, across the board.
They were just underperforming.
Yes, like, everyone was just like, they have no weapons. Yes, Kelsey looked older this season, but he's looked good in the playoffs. He's looking like he kind of saved himself.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
And then you've seen Rice emerge. You've seen some of the other guys kind of make plays, kind of step up. Not Tony. Thank God. That dude needs to just keep his mouth shut.
He thinks he's receiver 1.
They were doing him a favor if he'd have just kept his mouth shut and pretended he was hurt. Like, as soon as he came out and said, I'm not hurt, they're just benching me, all 31 teams in the league realized, oh, so you just suck. Cool, we're not going to waste money on you.
Yeah.
If you just stayed fake hurt, you've been a free agent probably, and somebody could have signed you, but now you're just an idiot. Besides from that, like, I guess, though, like, their defense is solid. The Chiefs' defense at all 3 levels has just been very good football. Especially now that Nick Bolton's healthy again.
Yeah.
That dude honestly, there's a case that Nick Bolton could have been a Super Bowl MVP last year. Like, he's that good of a football player. And so you have between Young, Bolton, the corners have been playing really well.
Yeah.
Over the top safety play's been good. You don't know any of their names, but they've been playing it good. You don't see them getting beat over the tops. They must be doing their job.
Thornhill and
I know the corners are Schneed and I can't remember the other name.
Thornhill and Cook? I think it's Cook.
Is it? So, I don't know. I guess as we get closer and as we've watched the playoff run, I'm going to go the Chiefs winning on the basis that I just think they might be the more complete football team. I think
Brian Cook and Justin Reed.
Oh yeah, Justin Reed. That's right. The kid that was with the Texans. I think the 49ers have the better explosiveness on their offensive side of the ball between Ayuk and Debo and all those guys.
Yeah.
But I don't think the defenses match up as good as I think the front of the 49ers is fantastic.
Except for Chase Young.
But
Jesus.
their secondary is susceptible, and they're running
And
against the run.
So
They've proven that you can run on them.
Drumondor, or however you say his last name, apparently, like he was on one of the most improved players list. They're one of their second cornerback.
Okay.
Because their first cornerback is Travarius Ward.
Yeah.
So
And I don't know, something about him just never
he's-
screamed
he's-
great to me.
well,
Like, he's a good football
former
player.
chief.
That's true.
But Diamador, or however you say his name, he's apparently has really improved this year and has done really well as the cornerback too for them. So that before I heard that, I was like, it's Ward and whoever else is over there, and now all of a sudden, apparently, that guy over there is apparently pretty good.
I will ask you this though: if you're the 49ers, if you're picking matchups to cover, because of how Debo is gadget used, do you worry about Debo as wide receiver 1, or do you worry about his Ayuk as wide receiver 1? So Ayuk's the better true
I think-
route running wide receiver, if you ask me.
With the way that they were used this year, I would consider Ayuk.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's more important to take Ayuk from the game than it is Debo, because Debo is just going to do gadget things to get the ball.
Yeah.
That was my thing, but I don't know. I think.
But then again, I mean, Ayuk the year before, when he went missing, Debo took off and went crazy. So maybe we do take Debo out and make them rely on Ayuk and McCaffrey.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be a good football game, though. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be some kind of crazy high scoring game, though. I think it's gonna be like a 21-24.
Probably, more than likely. Yeah.
Something like that. I just, if I'm the 49ers fan, I'm begging to God this game doesn't come down to a field goal. The last thing you want is your third round rookie kicker, who your coach literally said, "I just pray."
No. So he came out. Yeah, he came out and basically they kind of misquoted what he was saying in a way. There was more to what he said, but that was a little snippet, so they just ran with that. So there was actually more to what he was saying.
Okay.
And it just, it did make it sound like he was throwing his kicker under the bus, but he wasn't actually doing that.
Okay, well that plays in. I still wouldn't want him to be, especially because Butker's been solid this year.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want it to come down to that. But yeah, anything else football-wise? Because I do have a fun...
No.
Okay, so there is a fun report, though, that I said that this can run us into a new sport change here, too. The mayor of of Vegas. Did you hear about that?
I heard it. She actually expanded on that because, again, they took her words.
Did they? Because all I saw was that the little snippet.
Yeah, they basically just shortened what she said, and so she had to go on social media and actually explain that there was a lot more to what she said, and she was explaining that that's what they should have done, but now that they're not, Vegas is very happy for it.
Oh, absolutely. They're not.
The only thing that she's against is where they're going to be building the stadium, because where the stadium is going to go is going to cause even more traffic that's already bad. She said that they had a better spot that was going to have a better flow of traffic, but the Senate or whatever is not in control of where they can do it. It's someone else.
That's
and
whoever
else
at that point.
put it there, so it's going to screw up a lot of traffic.
Okay.
So that's the only part that she was actually upset about. But there was more to that one, because I saw it too, and I was all like,
"Whoa!"
Ooh. And then an hour later, all of a sudden they were like, "Hold on, no,
here's Mark." Okay.
She's coming out and she put a big old thing, and so there was a lot more to that.
That show Ballers takes him to Vegas because he helped build the new stadium for the Raiders to help move the Raiders. That was one of his goals, was help move them. And then he also ends up buying the Kansas City Chiefs in the show, and it's while Mahomes is on the team, and so they talk about Mahomes' contract extension going on,
okay.
as if he was the other guy on the other side of the table was his agent. So that was pretty fun. But no, so that said, though,
since you decided to jump into baseball, I've got a good one for you here, and I wanted to save it.
Go for it.
Jackson Smith and Jigga's brother Kanan
This is true. He just
is in Seattle with his brother now.
Yes, he was claimed off of waivers yesterday or today, one of the two. It just happened not long ago.
It was today.
Was it today? Yeah, I just saw that one. That's fun. I mean, now you get to go watch each other play.
Yeah, you get to watch each other.
That'll be fun. The other big baseball news right now would be that besides pitchers and catchers reporting about a week, we see Altuve got a contract extension.
Yeah.
I love or hate the guy. He's going to go down as a Hall of Famer. And
Let's not act
gonna
like you
retire.
don't hate him.
I hate him. Hey, you give me a free bobblehead, I'm gonna keep the free bobblehead. If we got more bobbleheads, our desk would look cooler.
Yeah. I thought about getting.
We need
the
to
little,
start going. We could probably get
what
on
are they called?
Facebook.
Pop things.
Oh yeah,
Funko Pops.
I have one. I have a freaking nest egg of those in the house. We talked to my roommate. Oh, but theirs are all still in the box. We want to be able to play.
Oh
with them.
yeah.
No, but I bet we get on
We don't need special ones.
No, we get on Facebook, I bet, and just search
Five,
bobbleheads. I guarantee you there's people that put these online. Like,
oh, yeah.
when we got these bobbleheads, it was funny. We were in Houston for my buddy's bachelor party. So we went to Galveston, drove up to Houston for the game. They gave all 4 of us one of these when we walked in. We walk up to the upstairs bar by our seats to order a drink, and the bartender said, we told her we're here for a bachelor party, and they were like, oh, that's awesome. Give me your bobblehead, and I'll make you any drink you want for each of you. I got the specialty cup, and she filled that thing up with double shots to the point where we didn't need another drink because we were leaving the ball game going, oh, I can't, it's so strong. Like, we were buying drinks to put in because there was so much liquor in it, we couldn't drink the cup. All for the free bobblehead we got for walking into the game. So yeah,
that's crazy.
I keep this bobblehead because it's from a fun ball game in Houston. But no, other than that, Kershaw goes back to the Dodgers. Nothing's huge there, but almost expected. Especially that. The fun part is, like I said, you have what, about a week till pitchers and catchers report for most teams. You got spring training games starting at the end of the month, 23rd for most teams. You got games going. Still a ton of free agents. I'll be honest, I told y'all that winter meetings that would kick up, and then January we'd see guys trickle in their last deals.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we got a former MVP, 28-year-old Bellinger, who's still on a team, and he's coming off of one of his best seasons of his career. Like,
he's probably waiting for the Rangers to get money.
I think a few teams are. I know Jordan Montgomery, not signed yet.
Yeah.
Him in particular.
Adolis Garcia, he's going to arbitration.
Is he going to end up having to go to arbitration?
Yeah, they've already said it.
That's not a good thing. Arbitration is never where you want your players to end up. Because it's if you don't know what arbitration is, you know what arbitration is, I'm assuming. But yeah, if you don't know what arbitration is, people that are watching, basically, me and him sit at a table, and I say, you're worth $13 million. And he counters with,
I'm worth $18 million.
And I'm going to say, Adolis, this last season was the only time you've ever been a good defensive outfielder. Most of the time, you're a power hitter that bats in the 250s. I just don't know that you're worth that much money. And I literally have to shit on the guy that just helped me win a World Series so that I can pay him less. And then an independent guy, Altuve, says, I agree with Adolis, and he gets his contract. That's pretty much what it is. So, no. If your team is taking a guy to arbitration, you're not going to re-sign that guy for the long run. Most of the time, if guys make it to arbitration, they'll settle on it and they
it's
move
only
on.
like $1 million difference in what they were arguing for.
And our owner's a billionaire.
So, yeah, it
The
makes
owner of the
no
Rangers,
sense.
The owner of the Rangers is a billionaire, not a millionaire. He's a billionaire. Kick the guy $1 million. He just helped you win the World Series. You don't win it without him.
You definitely don't. No, you 100%.
Now, I will say though, I think that they're saving. I think Jordan Montgomery is literally just waiting for this stuff to get figured out for the Rangers.
Well, I know they just agreed on a 1-year deal with what that company, Bell.
Okay.
What
Belk, maybe.
No, not Belk. Whoever the thing was through. What is it? Let's see.
I'm not sure. I'll keep naming free agents though, because Blake Snell, 31-year-old former Cy Young winner, still hasn't signed, coming off a great season. Matt Chapman, third baseman for the Blue Jays, hasn't signed yet. Jorge Soler, World Series MVP for the Braves, still hasn't signed. JD Martinez,
Bally
Tim
Sports.
Anderson. They signed a new deal with Bally Sports?
1 year. A 1-year deal with
I thought, how can you sign a deal with a company that claimed bankruptcy?
I don't know. But
I don't even
or
understand
Diamond
anymore.
Sports, which is under Bally Sports.
Which is who bought Bally.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they signed a 1-year deal.
That makes a little more sense there. Oh, Michael Brantley officially retired, so he's not a free agent anymore. Other than that, still some decent name guys: Hyunjin Ryu, Ji-Man Choi, Garrett Cooper, Gio Urshela, Tommy Pham. These are all guys that can help you win. Ahmad Rosario, Donovan Solano. But it's just getting guys on teams. It's crazy looking at some of the guys that did get their money that haven't versus guys that haven't and what they got. Like, some of these guys coming out of Japan getting 4 years, $50 million, and guys that have been in the big leagues producing still haven't gotten a contract yet. Like, it's like, well, okay.
Ooh, new and shiny toy. I stole all the money of that one.
Exactly. Oh, Lourdes Gurriel. Oh, no, they did officially sign him. Okay, they brought him back. The Diamondbacks did. Lourdes Gurriel. So, I don't know. There's some names that could still get signed and picked up. Any number of teams would be lucky to have a few of these guys. Like, you could build a team better than the Oakland A's off of free agents. Like,
who?
They're the Oakland A's.
Las Vegas A's?
Whatever. Aren't they still in Oakland this season?
I don't know.
I don't even know where
I think
they're
they
at.
are. Because the stadium's not built yet, so clearly they still have to.
Yeah,
play
but I
somewhere.
think their lease runs up, and so they might actually end up being able to play. Let me look this up before I say this. But
in a minor league.
I think they were supposed to play some of their games at like the San Francisco Stadium because basically the city of Oakland was like, no, F you, we're not helping you out. If you're gonna leave us, we're not gonna let you finish in our stadium. Where are the A's playing? Just so we're clear, they will always be the A's. It's kind of like the Indians or the Indians. When I die...
Yeah, it'll be at the Oakland Coliseum this year.
All season?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Where's it going?
moving. Let's see. That was why I was saying... Is 'cause I swore I saw something that said they might not be able to finish the season.
Oh,
there.
yeah. They're not even going to be playing in Vegas until 2028.
Yeah, the two cities likeliest to the top of the tiers for the home of the San Francisco Giants, AAA affiliate, and also Salt Lake City are the warranted for places to hold on to the team, it looks like, for temporary use. Could they stay in Oakland? That's unlikely because of the issues with the city. Yeah. And then there was like, why don't they just move to Vegas and use the AAA park there? That'd be a good question. Why can't you just use the AAA park in Vegas? Well, I guess because that's the Nationals, and you can't tell the Nationals that their minor leaguers can't play. Unless you'd have to literally manipulate the whole season.
Yeah.
That's not fair to that organization. Good Lord, 2028 before they actually get there?
Yeah.
God, and you really just pissed on them on the way out the door.
You really did.
God,
You really did.
I hope they suck. Like, even the movie Moneyball pisses me off about the A's. I think I've talked about what was on that roster before. Yeah,
yes.
Like, I watched it today and I was like, the movie is cool. Brad Pitt's cool. The other guy that's in it, I can't remember his name. The one that's lost all that weight now. He's not fat anymore, but he was just... What's his name? I can't remember his damn name. He was in the one, Wolf of Wall Street, too. Can't remember his name still. Seth? Is it Seth?
Nope.
No?
No. It starts with a C.
A lot of things start.
He's not a Hemsworth.
He's not a Hemsworth.
No,
He's
but he's
sure
got the
as
same
heck.
first name.
Chris?
Crisp.
No, not Chris Pratt. I knew Chris Pratt was in it. I'm talking about the one that is assistant GM. The funny guy. I knew Chris Pratt was in it. He's Scott Hatterberg. He hits the home run to win the 20-game winning streak.
Okay, yeah, and it should have keyed on me when you said Wolf of Wall Street because Chris Pratt's not in
He's
it.
Chris Pratt's in Wolf of Wall Street. No,
I forgot his name. Yeah,
the fat one.
yeah.
Yeah, him. I love him too.
Yeah.
Like, but then I look at the
Sure,
team.
you don't even know his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his damn name. He's in isn't he in? He's one of the only reasons that I give two sits to Shit, now I'm gonna forget everything. Everything's gone blank.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. That's
There
his
we
name. I
go.
was like, God bless. Yeah. No, Jonah Hill. But then I look at the movie ends and I look back and they're like, oh yeah, look at what he did with no budget. I'm like, yeah, thank God. And then he fired his whole scouting department in the movie, and I'm like, yeah, those are the same scouts that got you Hudson, Zito, Mulder, Chavez.
Yeah.
Stop it right
Yeah.
now. And then Chad Bradford was nothing because their closer was a Cy Young candidate. It's little details that get left out of that movie annoy the shit out of me. But that said, there's not a ton of baseball otherwise. It's just really it's coming. Hopefully we'll see these guys getting here, and then Now we're halfway through the basketball season. I'll say this. I got what you're saying there. I try to be the grown-up one here. Yeah. Remember, he's older, guys. No, I'll say this. I don't know if we've ever looked at an NBA season that's almost halfway done. I mean, mathematically, I think we're already past halfway because the All-Star game's coming up. We got the trade deadline tomorrow. First of all, trade deadline-wise, I think both of us looked like crazy for some kind of story to talk about.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And you want to talk about, there's not even rumors. Like, I've never been in a world with Twitter or Facebook and everything else that has been so quiet about what's going on. Like, they ain't said nothing. But, I mean, there's some names whispered, teams talking about moves. But I think the most impressive thing is that the Western Conference is insane right now. Clippers, Thunder, Wolves, Nuggets are separated for the 1 seed by 0.0. That's a tie. If the
Clippers
season,
got one, they have a one less loss.
So right now they're ahead in the loss column,
Yeah.
but because they haven't played as many games. I'll say this: Clippers. I used to root all things against Kawhi Leonard, but man, when Russell Westbrook's been balling, I'm just saying he's about to win 6th Man of the Year.
This dude's like, I hate Kawhi Leonard and every time
But
he
you
plays
got-
for it, but my favorite player's on there, so go
Yeah,
Clippers.
Exactly. You got one of my favorite players of all time on that team. He literally took the back seat 6 games when they first started struggling. He was like, I think it'd be better for the team if I came off the bench. That would give James more opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what else it does? You know who really gets justified in the fact that Russ and Harden play better off each other off the bench and like that is? Would be the guy that was coaching the Thunder years back that went on to coach I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but the guy that made the decision to keep Harden on the bench back when all 3 were on Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
And everyone was like, well, the reason you got to trade him to Houston is because he's not starting.
Wait, wasn't
But he was-
Scott Skiles the coach there?
No, it was not Billy. It was the guy right before Billy Donovan. OKC Thunder coaches. Because he went on to coach the Wizards, and that was why they thought that Durant might go there at one point because him and that guy were so close. Oh, here we go. Scott Brooks. That's it. You were right with Scott. Yeah, Scott Brooks.
So it wasn't Scott Skiles.
Yeah.
Skiles wasn't a head coach, was he?
Not for them.
Okay.
No, so he takes over that team, and you got to say it makes him look really good because he was the first one to say that they couldn't be on the floor at the same time because their style of play doesn't play well with each other on a consistent basis. You can do it in small increments, but if you're playing them the whole game together, they didn't play great together. And ever since Russ went to the bench, Clippers have the best record in the NBA. Kawhi has been quietly having a great season. Paul George has played very well. Like, I don't know, they just played really good basketball. Like they're entertaining to watch. And I guess the point is, outside of Kawhi, who has his championship, it's 3 guys that have done good things in this league that have not got that over the hump. And there's so many guys that we look back on in sports, like the Barkleys and all that we wish would have got one ring.
Barkleys, the Malones,
Yes.
Gary Payton.
That you even if there's past transgressions, like I'll never get over Kevin Durant. F that guy. I'll never forgive him. But like, maybe now that Oklahoma's really good, it's a little easier for me to look at Kawhi Leonard and go, you know what, maybe I'm okay with the fact that you whined about wanting Paul George on your team. Because we ended up fleecing them.
Right.
It worked out okay for them, and we're tied with them for first.
A win-win situation.
Yeah, it's not like he ran off and won a title the next season. They actually
Right.
sucked for a season. So, I don't know,
Well, that's because Kawhi got hurt.
Yeah.
So it was just him.
Exactly. And then Paul George got hurt. Like, this is the first season that they've both been healthy, and to get them both healthy, it was like, let's take less pressure off them and bring James Harden and Russell Westbrook in. So,
And let's just load the team with all-stars.
and then you still have the defense. Well, they're not even all-stars anymore.
No,
They're all
former all-stars.
past that you'd call prime all-star
Yeah.
career. That's
Yeah.
the fun part about watching them. I mean, last year we were saying James Harden was done. Most people were saying that James Harden was done.
He was giving up.
Yeah, he's not the
He was
same.
unhappy
But even
with
basketball-wise,
giving
he's not the same player he was.
No.
And so that's fun to see. The Timberwolves and the Thunder, both of them are just playoff. like the Thunder are literally young. Like the whole roster is stupid young. The Timberwolves have some veterans like Cat and guys like that, but these guys don't have playoff experience. So it's not like you look at them and you're just like, man, they're a favorite to win the championship. It's like, well, they're still really young. Like playoff basketball changes things, so let's see how that goes. And then you got the Nuggets who just won the title. They're just like, yeah, we're still here.
We're still
Don't
here.
forget about us. It's also nice to see that the Kings are still good from last season. Like I was hoping that they would stay a good relevant team. Mavs, Pelicans, Lakers, and Jazz are currently holding out the play-in spots. Warriors outside looking in. I did see some whispers that Wiggins could be the guy that gets moved there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would.
I wouldn't be surprised if Clay got moved.
I would move Wiggins. I would move Clay. Especially because they've got a couple of guys that are representing the NBA in the skills for the the futures game, whatever it's called. They've got that kid Brandon Podometsky that's been balling out. And you want to talk about goofy looking? He looks like the guy you would have casted to play the white guy in White Man Can't Jump. Like that's what he looks like. Then he's 6'4" and has a nasty cross.
He called himself the. Basically, he was Draymond 2.0 or something like that.
Oh Lord!
And then Steph agreed with him.
Did he
said it? Yeah, like a reporter told Steph about it. He was like, oh, yeah.
Well, that's fun. Then you go into the East, and the Celtics have stayed up top pretty steadily. Cavs are looking really good. They've been playing very good basketball lately. That team's been really good. It's just a lot of really, really good guys, not anybody that's just like a perennial superstar. And that's right, I don't count Donovan Mitchell as a perennial superstar because he doesn't play defense with a shit. Come on now, he doesn't.
Spida, come on, man.
Spida doesn't pass. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't rebound. Spida is a bucket. Great. I respect it, and he's a damn good at getting buckets. That's why he stays on the floor all the time. But, we watched him not be good at defense. You pick and roll to get to Spida.
He's like, oh, hey, what are you doing over here?
Yeah.
Go.
Exactly. But that said, the other fun part is all the shit that happened with the Bucks.
Yeah, so man, that's weird.
They basically collude to fire their head coach because Giannis. Now, apparently the dude was a dick. More things have come out. Apparently, the second week of practice or second day of practice when he was first year of the team. Did you hear about that story? Mm-hmm. Apparently, he walks out. He calls for an assistant coach, who the assistant coach was working with Giannis and Middleton on something. And the guy's like, well, all right, let me finish up this drill. And the guy is someone that used to work for the Mavs. I can't remember his name now. But he tells him, no. I said, come the fuck on. And, reprimands him in front of the other players. And that apparently rubbed some of the guys wrong. Because it was Dame, Middleton, and Giannis, which is basically your whole fucking team, standing there. And that led... And then not a day later, that guy leaves the team. And so apparently it's just been a series of never been able to get along because it was that guy tried to show, no, I'm the guy now. Yeah. And it went too far. But it was still pretty shitty that they hired Doc Rivers to be a consultant. And then Doc Rivers even said on an interview, yeah, the way it all went down, I would never want to happen to someone. Bitch, you're the one that took his job.
Yeah.
You're the bad guy in all this.
Yeah.
Only for them to be 1-4 since he took over. They're not even winning since he came in. And so that's got people saying,
let's be honest, he's not a good coach.
He's never made it past the conference finals.
Good.
He's never made it out of the conference finals.
He's just a name.
Yes.
And people are like, oh my God, it's Doc Rivers.
Thank you. I'm sorry. It's gonna give them nightmares if they fire Budenholzer. That was the guy. He won you a title. There was no reason to get rid of Budenholzer. And so if you're the team that people are talking about is for example, the Knicks. If you're the Knicks right now, you've watched the Celtics crumble in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times in the last 5 years. The Cavaliers have just always been the Cavaliers. Without LeBron, the Cavaliers have always we're just kind of, they're good, but they don't know something, you sleep on them. The Bucks can't play defense to stop an 8th grade team. And then you look at the New York Knicks and you're like, of all the years that the Knicks have been just kind of the name the Knicks, but never been the Knicks, this is the first time that if you're the Knicks and
it's the first time since the 90s that they've legitimately been something.
This is the first time if you're the GM of the Knicks that you're looking at it going, excuse me, the OG trade has worked out really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. This is the day where tomorrow you've got to be on the line. Because if the Knicks have ever had a shot to go, this is our chance at a title. I mean, even the Heat, who have been that team that when the playoffs come kicking on, it just hasn't all come together just yet. You can tell they're still working in certain things. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're the Knicks or the Cavs, like you are the two teams right now that have to do something. The Cavs need to prove to the world. Yes, the Cavs got to prove to the world, look, we can do it without LeBron. Like, that's just what it is. And the Knicks need to just prove that we're just not that bad at luck in everything. Like, they have some shit luck sometimes.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a fun one. That's what I say. We'll tomorrow. I'd love to talk more trade deadline, but there's just not any to talk about.
Yeah,
so
there's really not.
I'll slide in.
Tough.
We kind of touched base on it 2 weeks ago. Obviously, we didn't record last week for those that didn't see, but
My dog had surgery.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah.
We're all good. Everyone health-wise there. But we got the Rising Stars rosters are leaked, so we get to see some of the young kids. One of them being, like we said, that Brandon Podziemski kid.
Yeah.
He's on the team with Victor Wembanyama.
Who was that?
That's that guy from San Antonio.
Oh, that guy.
Jabari Smith from Houston.
Hey, you know what? I just saw something today, or is it yesterday? I didn't realize that was Samaki Walker's son.
Who is?
Jabari Walker.
Jabari Smith?
Oh, you said Jabari Smith.
Who's Jabari Walker?
Jabari Walker. He's a player of the NBA.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I heard you say Jabari, and in my mind,
I
went straight to that, and I was like, oh, I just saw this. But yeah, Jabari Walker, he's in the NBA. I forgot who he plays for.
Yeah.
But it's Samaki Walker's son.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool.
I have you a cool Mavericks drop here to give you a stat one that I saw today also.
Ooh, that was a Mavericks drop too, because Samaki Walker played for the Mavericks.
There you go. But I will say that I'm a little biased when it comes to the Rising Stars game because Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams ended up on the same team, so I don't. Oh, and they have Derek Lively. So we have. Yeah.
Nice.
Walker Kessler. I'm gonna be honest. The team for Team Jalen, which is Jalen from the Big Fat Five Michigan days there, Jalen Rose. They have Chet Holmgren, Walker Kessler, and Derek Lively. Like, good luck getting a shot off. We're just here to block everything. Like,
dang,
cool.
That's a good roster.
Yes, and you have Jalen Williams, who's been an absolute stud in his 2 years in the league. Shaden Sharp's been but Benedict Mardone for Indiana and Jordan Hawkins for New Orleans. It's like, okay,
That's a pretty decent
let's go.
roster. Like some of those guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, but
yeah,
but
but
that's a decent roster.
So like when I looked at the other teams of who's built in, and I'm like, all right, so Tamika Catchings is coaching one team. They got Scoot Henderson. He's gotten better this season. Jaden Ivey's okay. Paulo Banchero's solid. Jalen Duran's been pretty good. Keegan Murray, he's a good shooter. He's like, okay.
Jaden Ivey is kin to
He's kin to
Royal
someone.
Ivey?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
I'm a Longhorn, baby.
Yes.
Like that.
She's someone that's on the coaching staff for one of the college coaches' staffs as his mom as well, and he's worked with her. So I believe that's the name. So that should be fun. That's also where you'll see Matt McClung play actual basketball besides just a dunk contest. Which
we'll watch him play basketball.
I got the hiccups. It hit me hard there. Sorry. Yeah, because he's on the G League team. They did a G League team in the Rising Stars game.
Okay.
So that'll be maybe I have the name wrong, but I know his mom works in Division I college basketball because that was a whole ordeal that he grew up around women's basketball and everything else. So, but it's funny is seeing the coachings for those. So that'll be fun. We'll keep an eye on that. You also have the dunk contest.
What was it?
His name
Ivy?
is Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey.
He's like the 4th pick in the draft last year. Or 2 years ago. The other fun one that we have, obviously the dunk contest, we have the rumored names. We still haven't said who's officially in the skills contest and officially in the 3-point contest. Those are still not done. Sounds like we have a rumored dunk contest, though, of Jaime Vasquez, who we've already talked about for the Heat. Mac McClung, it looks like will be attempting to defend. Then it was another, Obi Toppin from Dayton, who's on the Knicks. Yeah, I think he's already done it once and didn't do very well, so he wants a revenge attempt at it. But then they actually got a name. Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. That's a big name.
That's a big name.
I will say, that is an all-star player in the league. He was an athlete, a high-level athlete coming out of college on the jump side. I don't know. It's fun to see that they put a bigger name in. It would be nice to see that more regularly, but that's nice.
Oh yeah, Jaden Ivey's mom is the head coach for Notre Dame.
That's right. Okay, I know she coached like Division I college basketball, and he'd spent a lot of his life around it because he went to Purdue. He didn't go to Notre Dame.
And he is not kin to Royal Ivey.
Okay, so I knew there was a famous Ivy, so that's why I jumped on you. My bad there.
So his grandfather is James Hunter, who played for the Lions,
Okay.
and
Speaking
his
of
father,
Lions-
Javin Hunter, played for the Ravens and 49ers.
Well, there you go. Speaking of the Lions, we have the celebrity basketball rosters, and the reason there's a lion is one of them has your lion,
You lying.
Micah Parsons. So we've got Team Shannon versus Team Stephen A. Smith. Pretty funny that those are the coaching, how they lined up there. So on Team Shannon,
It's better than the Mannings.
yeah, well, on the team, you say that, but the Team Shannon coaching staff is Shannon Sharp, 50 Cent, and Peyton Manning. So, on the following his player roster, you have Annual Double A. Annual Double A. I don't know who that
Can
is.
you zoom in on that?
Yeah, look, we're a little old. Okay, I don't know. Can I zoom in? Oh no, that's not working. Oh, here we go. Down here, it's in bold. How do you say that? Where is that? Basketball entertainer. Let's just see who this person even is. I don't even see their person's name down here. Oh, Annual Double A. There we go. Is a Latin American Music Award record artist and will return for the second celebrity softball game. Okay, so there's that. So you've got the youngest female EGOT winner. What the hell is an EGOT?
EGOT.
What the hell is EGOT?
What?
What does EGOT?
You got your Emmy, your Grammy, your Oscar, and your Tony.
Oh.
That's a very celebrated person.
Oh, well.
That's tip of the iceberg.
I mean, I know the name Jennifer Hudson, but I didn't know what the hell EGOT was.
Yeah, EGOT is
So-
basically you are that person.
Oh, well, Jennifer Hudson's on, she's on the team for, okay, hold on, I'm going back by roster because that confused me. So you got Kai Sinta? I don't know who that is either. I don't even, he's a streamer.
Okay.
Then you got Connor Daly, who is, I'm trying to like look at what they all do. IndyCar racer.
Okay. No.
Walker Hayes, that's a singer.
Okay.
I know him.
Yeah. I've heard that one.
Quincy Isaiah, which is, all right. So actor is an actor.
Streamer?
It says actor, actors, and then it says their title. Streamer was Kaya.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then it's Joel Lloyd, which I think is a singer, right? Joel, you know who that is?
No.
Oh no,
Joel?
it's a WNBA player.
No
wonder I don't know
it's
this.
spelled that well. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on. Yeah.
It's a WNBA, two-time WNBA champion, 5-time Seattle Storm All-Star in WNBA. Oh, okay, yeah. So
This
that's
is good.
She's pretty good. You got Michael Parsons, Lily Singh.
Okay.
Who the hell's that? Is a Emmy award-winning entertainer. I was like, I don't know who that is. Sir. You know who Sir is?
No, I don't know.
There's
who that
one
is.
named Sir.
Sir.
Sir is a Grammy
Mix-a-lot.
Award-nominated musician. No. Yes. I guess. I don't know.
S-R, yeah. I
S,
don't know.
S, capital S, lowercase I, capital R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know why that
weird.
matters. And then Dylan Wang
Wayne?
is that's team Shannon Sharp. And I'm trying to find out who the hell team Dylan Wang is. Let's see here. Dylan Wang is also an actor. Okay. Then you've got Team Stephen A. Smith with assistant coaches. His coaching staff's way better. Okay, at least his coaching staff includes someone that played basketball. Because Stephen A. Smith, Lil Wayne, and Asia Smith, or Asia Wilson, which is one of the best players
Young
in WNBA.
baby.
Yeah, Asia Wilson, she knows basketball. She's probably coaching this team. They also have Meta World Peace,
Okay.
Ron Artest, Jack Ryan. I thought that was a TV character. I didn't know.
That's why I was like, Jack Ryan, I know that name.
It's a basketball entertainer.
Okay. Yeah. No clue.
Then it's CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Then it's Guyan Marcio Tamberi. which is an Olympic high jump champion. So maybe they can dunk. Is it a guy?
I don't know how you're even reading those names.
I'm getting really close. Jenna Marcio, you think that's a guy?
Gianmarco.
Maybe that's a guy.
Gianmarco Timberi.
He's a high jump champ. You gotta be able to throw one down. Now I want to see him dunk.
Well, he's
an Olympian, for God's sakes.
That screen is small. I don't know how you're reading that.
Oh, no. That's trying to save the picture. Okay. Adam Blackstone, which is another person who we don't know, or I don't know. You know who Adam Blackstone is?
Nope.
I don't know who Adam Blackstone is. I don't even see Adam Blackstone down here, so they must not be very important. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, right there.
Grammy Award nominated musician.
Yeah, no
Okay. Jennifer Hudson.
Okay.
Natasha Cloud.
No clue.
Who I have no fucking clue who that is either. Trying to let's see here. WNBA champion of Phoenix Mercury guard Natasha Cloud.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
How did you not know that?
Yeah. Tristan Jass. Ass. Is the J silent and her last name's Ass? Content creator. I would make the J silent. I don't know my name was Ass.
Yes.
And then it's AJ
It's German is yes.
AJ McLean?
AJ McLean?
Yeah, AJ McLean. McLean. Who's that?
Right there.
Who's that? AJ
Recording artist. AJ
McLean.
McLean.
AJ McLean is a recording artist. Okay. And then the last one I actually knew. Kwame Onawachu. That's a James Beard award-winning chef. I watch a lot of food.
Oh, okay.
So, of all the people on the list, I need the James Beard award-winning chef. Yeah, thank God for Food Network and YouTube videos of my kids. So, that's going on February the 16th, Friday night at 7 p.m. I'm going to be honest, I'll probably watch it. I'm all for all things celebrity sports. Celebrity softball games, love them. I'm the guy that records the celebrity softball games so that I know that I get to watch it. And when that comes to Arlington, because it's coming to Arlington this summer, I low-key, if I got a ticket to go to the celebrity softball game, I'd jump all over that bitch. If I had to pay, if I could pick between the two, obviously I'm going to the game or the Derby, but if the ticket price was $175, $200 less and I go to that, yeah, I'd go do that. That'd be so much fun. Especially in Arlington. You got to think that they would get a solid roster here.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense. Which Dirt used to do that. Celebrity softball.
Yeah, I went to he did a baseball game.
Baseball.
He actually did a baseball game. I went to the last year that it was the Dirt, or the last year before COVID. We went to that. Me and my buddy, my son, and my dad. We bought we had hats from it. There were heroes and all that stuff. Because Mike Bassick was pitching in the game.
Yeah.
And he came running by us and was like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Oh shit, that's Mike Bassick."
So, he's on the fan.
Yeah,
he's the guy that gave up 755 to Barry Bonds.
Yep, record-setting home run guy. So that said, other than that, we've got some. Touch base with little NCAA's coming.
Yeah,
we've got all in all. Right now, we're kind of in that bubble time. We're all finishing up. We're getting to the back end of conference. Conference tournaments are coming. If you're me, you watch pretty much every game once conference tournaments start because that's really how you get into the brackets. That's where all the excitement gets because it's kind of that one-and-done mentality at that point. The regular season, I keep an eye on. So, but if your schools are on this list, you are the last four buys, which I guess you're the team that plays. You have to play your way into the main bracket. That's what they call these teams. That's Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Virginia right now. The last four teams to get into the tournament at all are showing to be Florida, Butler, Washington State, and Seton Hall. The first four teams out, St. John, Cincinnati, Colorado, Wake Forest. And then the next four out, so if you're on the next four out, you're probably not getting in.
Oh, okay.
You really have to do some work. You're on the bubble. You really got to and there's some schools on this list. Memphis, Villanova, Providence, and Oregon. Those top three have been in almost every tournament that I've ever picked a bracket for in my life.
That's crazy.
Those are some, now Villanova lost Jay Wright a couple of years ago, and it's just gone to shit since he retired.
But
that dude's a damn good
like that?
Yeah, now they're barely...
penny yard away.
Right? And then you've got... And so, right now, the projected brackets got Purdue is the number one overall, UConn, Houston, and North Carolina. I'll say this about Houston. I used to be the guy that would pick against Houston because they'd get a 1 seed, but they'd all play in a shitty conference, so their record looked really good. this is the first season that Houston was in the Big 12 for basketball. And they're still kicking ass in basketball. So keep that in mind. They are actually good now. They're not just beating up on the whack.
So they're not whacking off.
No, not whacking off. This one has. I will tell you this one. This one's something good for you to see. Your Longhorns are a bubble team by a lot of people. Like a lot of people have them as they should be able to, but it's close. This has them as a 7 seed right now, getting into the Indianapolis region, playing Mississippi State, one of those last teams in.
Yeah, they're I don't know, man. Something.
They have the same seed as my wife and I's Texas Tech Red Raiders. LSU, we don't play college basketball at LSU. We have LSU's for football. I have basketball for Texas Tech.
Like, I used to follow college basketball a lot, but the older I got, I quit. But I got back into it whenever we hired that coach, and then of course, he had to beat up his wife and got fired.
Chris Beard.
Yeah.
I can't remember where he's at now. I think he's at Ole Miss, and
he's the former Texas Tech head coach.
He's former Texas Tech head coach. Yeah. No, I the last few years the tournament has just been so fun though. I will say that I don't know why it's been that way. I can't tell you a reason. It's basketball is just that good now, maybe across the world, but the upsets make it. That first weekend of college basketball is so much fun. Like, I'm the guy that will have the games on in the corner while I'm working all day Thursday, all day Friday. I'm gonna watch them. Like, if I didn't already have 2 vacations planned and a third one I'm probably going on this year, like, I'd consider taking Thursday and Friday off just to watch the first 2 days. It's just, I don't know, it's fun. You get to see no-name people come out of nowhere to get to have their moment and their fun, and like you look back at guys like Kemba Walker's entire career is established off of the NCAA tournament. He's one of the greatest NCAA tournament basketball players of all time. Up there with guys like Tyler Hansbrough, who were just dominant in tournament games like that. Carmelo Anthony won Syracuse a championship. It's the only championship he ever got in his career, so he better enjoy it. Like,
I remember watching that one too.
Yep, with Syracuse, I remember that one too.
I actually like watching basketball.
Oh. So, and I guess in the style of play in college is totally different. Which North Carolina's a 1 seed this year. Go Tar Heels there. With the same as Baylor's. Also, Baylor's always really good at basketball now. I thought they'd change coaches and they'd slide back. No, that program has been
just
steady for basketball. So that's fun to watch. But yeah, it'll be fun keeping an eye on it. Like I said, we got tournaments coming. Everything else still has to happen. So we'll have plenty to shake out. But yeah, that's pretty much sums up what I've got. Any other nuggets to add? I even tried to look at other sports and nothing's kicking off yet. We've got the Daytona 500 coming soon. Hey, I've said it before. Super Bowl is the Christmas of sports. The Daytona 500 is New Year's Day. Your New Year's Day kicks and we get into spring, which is baseball season.
There you go.
That is my sports calendar rotation. So, but all right. Well, I guess